again, you'll have to watch the film.
Behind that movie, yung First Love, is it a true story? I'm here direct.
Camera mo
sa Is it a true? Paano nabuo yung story? Kasi natuwa lang kami yung twist ng movie. Di
Yeah,
ba?
well, it's definitely a fiction, no? But together with Ange Pesumal, who's my writer, ano yan, almost 6 to 8 months we wrote the screenplay, no? So we did a lot of research, no? It's very medical, no? But we didn't want to be naman too medical, no? Kasi it might be too dragging naman, diba? So what I made sure is when I talked to the doctors and I talked to them about the characters in the story, I just wanted them to make sure that it can happen and this is possible. And all the doctors we went to, they said yes, this is a situation that can happen. And when they gave me the go signal, we were able to now create the characters of Nick and Ali in this story of First Love.
Tapos Dek, yung story niya about maraming successful talaga of the transplant daw dun sa Canada.
Oh yes, it's I mean every day there's always a case. Actually, part of my research was if you guys just go to YouTube, you'll watch a lot of success. Me, I had one ending in mind, and that's the ending you see in cinemas. Now, of course, there was always a debate and a discourse, which is good, which I encourage them. You want to kind of exercise all the options, but for me, from day one, it was that ending. And for me, talaga, I'm proud to say that the last 10 minutes of the film was exactly kind of how I imagined it. No? It just flowed, no? And if I must say about the ending, just to give credit kind of where credit is due, because a collaborator din ako. Actually, it was an idea of my production designers, sila Ben and Carlo, no? About the ending. They came to me in Canada. They're like, what do you think about this ending? So naisip ko I went, and then the next day I said, gawin namin yun. I think that's nice. No? So when you have great collaborators, the story gets better. And that was so magical on our set. Of course, Aga, Bayan, sila Edward, and my collaborators also Shane Sarte, the DOP, who's being just commended left and right for her cinematography, and her team, of course, Mark Victor, my editor, and yan, si Ange Pesumal, the writer. So it was a collaboration talaga of just great talents. Everybody that went to Vancouver from the Philippines contributed to this film.
To Bea, tanong ko lang, napaka-positive ng character mo dun no? Kumbaga, ganun ka rin ba in real life? Kung paano mo harapin yung problema, saka yung mga biggest problem mo in life? Na may mga ganun ba o talagang parang sometimes you wanna give up?
Hindi ako si Ali. Hindi talaga. Kaya, nung umpisa, nung na-offer, nabasa ko na yung final script, ang dami ko reservation, sabi ko, baka hindi ko kaya, or baka maging cliche na parang, alam mo yun, I'm sure marami ng pelikula about a girl na merong heart ailment at siya yung ball of sunshine ng pelikula, and ayokong gumaya, ayokong nasa surface lang yung pagiging positive niya. I had to get it from a place that is real, that is true. So, alam mo, nag-commit talaga ako. Hindi ko sinasabi to dahil gusto kong panoorin yung pelikula, but siguro first step yung hair. I know surface yung hair, but yun sa akin kasi sa babae, iba pag, di ba yung iba nagpapagupit after a breakup, or siguro yun yung representation sa akin na tatalon ako para maging si Abby. So, nag-commit ako every single day yung mga nangyayari sa Vancouver. Parang iniisipan ko lagi siya ng something positive. Lagi kong hinahanap yung silver lining, kahit sa personal kong buhay. Siguro para ma-practice yung pagiging Ali. But, minsan, kapag meron akong bad days dito sa Pilipinas, pagbalik ko after doing the film, minsan iniisip ko, my God, gusto kong bumalik sa Vancouver at gusto kong maging Ali ulit. Naging happy place ko siya. And, hindi ko siya makakalimutan. Pero, sana nga maging Ali ako, but unfortunately, I'm not like her.
Pero may natutunan ka sa kanya in that way, na parang
Oo.
ngayon, kapag may problema, you can be positive like Ali. May ganun ba?
Oo, pero mahirap siya eh. Hindi siya... Siguro kasi magkakaiba tayong klaseng tao, no? Si Ali naman kasi she's built to be like that. She has like a childlike factor in her, no? Hindi ako ganun eh, medyo overthinker ako in real life. Hindi ako playful. Actually, others nga tell me na medyo uptight ako. I'm not like Ali, but I always try to be, but of course, I have to be authentic all the time, no? So, siguro hinahanap ko pa rin hanggang ngayon kung kaya ko maging siya every single day.
Why that kind of hair? With the bangs, with that kind of very
Because
short?
I didn't want her to be like
Cute
the
naman, no? Pero,
pretty, hindi siya pretty girl eh, si Ali. Hindi siya ganon. Hindi mo siya lilingunin kapag nadaanan mo siya dahil maganda siya. Lilingunin mo ka siya kasi there's something in her that's mysterious, that's interesting. So, gusto ko siyang hindi maging pretty girl. Gusto ko siyang maging parang everyday girl na happy to be with, fun to be around with. So, ganun siya. Hindi siya yung parang kulot-kulot or like, gusto ko siya maging
and very
misteryosa.
aggressive, no? Ini-aggressive.
Hindi siya aggressive, straight to the point.
Straight to the point,
Oo.
yeah. Sa Vancouver ba, ganun yung mga girls? Or parang...
Hindi, Ali is one of a kind, I think.
Hindi naman that. That was just really the character of Ali.
Pero alam mo, ang sarap niyang gampanan. Masarap talaga. Habang pinapanood ko siya, parang gusto kong pamalik doon. Masarap siyang... She's a beautiful character.
So Edward, we're just curious kung ano yung reaction ni Maymay after watching the film. Ano yung unang-unang sinabi niya sa'yo after watching you solo on that film?
During the premiere, I went to her straight away kasi we weren't sitting together. I wanted to gusto ko sana upo dun sa basta we were cast daw.
Hindi kayo magkatabi, di ba? Habang
Hindi po. But I wanted to, because I told her I wanted you to tell me your honest opinion about what you thought about my acting, about the movie. I wanted to know everything. And as soon as I got there, nakakainis kasi inside the cinema, she said, mamaya na, gusto ko walang tao. Kasi she dissected everything. She remembered everything. She remembered parts of the movie. Edward, ito, naramdaman ko na, that was your first day, no? This scene was your first day. She was right. She has like this really sixth sense. She said, I saw that you were nervous there. Alam ko first day yun, no? So, she saw the difference in, I think it's some things that maybe not people can see. Because I think it's just because she knows me so well. I think she took notes on her phone about points in the movie. She said, itong nuance mo, parang hindi natural, ganon. So she was really one of my biggest critics and one of my biggest supporters. So yeah, she was she liked the movie as well. She said, it's like you were actually there. It wasn't a movie, it was an experience. So yeah, very, very supportive.
So, tanongin ko na rin si Bea sa kasi Direct Pod, ano naman pong reaction din ni Gerald nung nakita yung film? Ano yung sinabi sa inyo after watching the film?
Magkatabi ba sila? Sabi niya, ito daw yung best film ko. Sabi niya, ito daw yung paborito niyang pelikula ko. And so sobrang saya niya, magpapa-block screen siya. Block screen siya para sa Marikina.
Thank you, Gerald. Thank you.
Tsaka in-announce ko na para hindi niya matawag. Hindi, masaya siya. Gustong-gusto niya yung pelikula. Gustong-gusto niya. Sabi niya, hindi niya ako nakita as Bea. Hindi niya nakita si Agamon. Para daw na-transport siya sa mundo ni Ali at ni Nick. Actually, he couldn't stop talking about it kahit na nasa loob na kami ng kotse. So, naging fan siya ng pelikula.
Nagustuhan niya si Ali?
Nagustuhan niya.
Si Ali personally?
Oo,
Character.
nagustuhan niya. Sana daw lagi akong, sana maging ganun.
Anong sabi mo? Nung sinabi niyang gano'n?
Wala naman ako sinabi.
Si Direct naman, paano ba sabi ni Tony after
Actually,
watching
while we were watching the movie, I was sitting si Bea nandito, di ba? And then si Tin nandito naman. Nagpapa sila ng tissues. So dito ako, diba? Ganun sila, no? Umiyak sila during the film, no? But she couldn't help but just be so proud, no? And she was so happy. She says, finally, gumawa ka ng love story. Umiyak ako, I cried, and I enjoyed it. And everything, she always texts me something long. And so yeah, may critique siya. She told me everything, her points. And she says talaga she can really feel my voice. And she was a part of the journey. Lahat ng script, I mean, she wasn't a part of the film. I guess I'm just like kanina you were saying about MAYMAY. But you know, every time I talk to somebody about the film, of course it's Tony when I go home. Diba? So she knew how it changed, how it developed. So she couldn't help but be so proud when she saw it on the big screen. And ganun din as like Gerald, magba-block screen din si Tony. Sa Taytay naman, sa Taytay.
Paano naman si
Yes,
Edward?
grabe.
Si Edward daw may black screen ba?
Nanawagan kami kay Maymay. Kasi
Maymay, hello.
May black screen. I'm sure naman. Ako sure ako dyan, Kuya Alan, ang may mga Mayward, may
Meron
black screen
yan.
niya.
Marami na.
Diba?
Last na lang direct, did you consider yung title? Di ba naging successful din yung Milan, yung Dubai. Did you consider to put title ng Canada or Vancouver? Ganyan. Talagang first love yung
Vancouver, no, actually it was not, because the film's not about Vancouver. It's not about, not saying that those other films were about that place, but sa akin, we actually, we only thought of the title after it. Actually, it was always called the Agabea Project, yung sa lahat ng mga scripts, lahat. No? And then when I started working with of course, with Star for the promo, and yeah, First Love came up because of when they watched it and when we watched it, and they just felt that, we all agreed that this was the best title. And it seems to be like everyone on social media that had watched it, they now know why it's First Love. Diba? So yun, if you haven't seen it, know the reason why it's called First Love.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kuya Alan. Siyempre, doon naman ang next na magtatanong ay si Chad.
Hi, good afternoon. First is congratulations kasi parang it feels like a Hollywood film nung habang pinapanood ko siya. So, sobrang ganda niya. My question is for Bea. What is the most challenging part or scene doon na sobrang nahirapan ka?
Siguro yung first part. Kasi dun sa last part, ramdam na ramdam ko na si Ali eh. So hindi na, parang mahirap siya kasi masakit siya eh. Pero hindi ako nahirapan na makarating doon. Kasi mahal na mahal ko na si Nick, hindi ko, kumbaga, parang hindi ko na siya masyadong ine-effort. But yung first part, yung hinahanap mo, parang fina-fine-tune mo ba kung paano magsalita si Ali, gaano ba siya kabilis magsalita, ano bang boses niya, ano bang points of view niya, doon ako nahihirapan, plus the fact na kabang-kaba ako dahil kay Kuya Aga. And, saka si Paul, hindi pa kami ever nagkatrabaho, so parang hinahanap mo pa yung chemistry ninyo. Doon ako nahihirapan sa first part.
Meron ka bang parang pineg dun sa character na parang i-finit mo dun sa role yung sarili mo?
Wala
naman.
Oo,
Hinanap ko lang siya. Siguro, alam mo, kanina tinatanong niya ako kung ako si Ali. Hindi ako si Ali, pero baka may maliit na parte ni Bea na si Ali. Baka minagnify ko lang siya.
Since Bea, you're known na kahit kaninong actor, parang lahat nag-fit ka lagi. Parang meron kang, parang very natural yung mga chemistry mo. From John Lloyd, tapos Piolo, Richard Gomez, ngayon naman si Sir Aga. So, what is the difference now, yung Aga Mulak, yung nakatrabaho mo, compared with your previous na mga nakapartner?
It's hard to compare, no? Kasi syempre, you look at them as actors, hindi naman as celebrities or as friends. When you're working with them, hinahanap mo yung character, hindi naman yung personalidad nila sa totoong buhay, no? But with Kuya Aga kasi, dedicated talaga siya eh. So, yun ang pinaka nagustuhan ko sa kanya. At hindi mahirap na ma-inlove dun sa character na kinreate niya because he made it so real and he made me feel so loved while doing the movie, no? So, hindi siya mahirap. Pero, kung sinasabi mo kung bakit siya nag-work, I think it's because falling in love is a feeling and kagaya ng pagiging masaya, ng pagiging malungkot, pagiging takot, dapat nararamdaman mo yung bilang artista because all emotions are supposed to be equal. So, dapat kinakareer mo siya same way na kinakareer mo yung dramatic scenes and, So, parte siya ng journey.
After all the blockbuster movies that you did before, do you feel pressured or challenged to surpass yourself?
Hindi eh. Especially not in this one because I feel like I'm already a winner after watching the film. Regardless of the output. Regardless of yung box office appeal niya, no? Alam ko, maaaring hindi siya yung normal na love story na papanood nyo na pinagbibidaan ko. Pero, gusto ko ma-experience ng maraming tao to. Mas meron akong ganong urge na ang hirap, gusto ko siyang sabihin sa maraming tao, na panoorin ninyo, but I want the people who saw it to own it, to actually promote it, for them to actually tell everybody na, oy, manood kayo because I've had a great experience watching it. Ayoko na nang gagaling sa amin because I truly believe in the beauty of the film.
Since the movie talks about love, so what does the movie reminds you about Gerald and yourself?
Siguro yung yung experience namin ng 2010. Kasi ng 2010, tumatalon lang kami sa pagmamahal. Tsaka na lang yung fear eh. Parang we chose to, actually, hindi nga siya choice eh. Na in love lang kami, hindi namin pinigilan yung sarili namin. Tapos, nagkaroon syempre ng mga consequences, nagkaroon ng limitations, but pagka halimbawa, syempre hindi naman laging perfect, di ba? Pag nagkakaproblema kami, bumabalik ako doon sa naramdaman namin na yun, noong 2010. And yun yung nare-remind ako na nung film na pag first love, parang pure, walang pag-aalinlangan, hindi mo iniisip na sasaktan ka niya, ganun.
Thank you, Bea. And for Direk Paul, how about you for Tony and yourself?
Out of this film?
Yeah.
Well, I think for me the biggest for me now in my life as a filmmaker, the reason maybe I have matured, from my films before is because of the fact that Tony is now the mother of my child. So there's a new kind of love. There's a new kind of first love that Tony and I are experiencing. This kind of super unconditional love that we have for Sevi. I was telling Tin, and when he was born, and I just had met him, like the first minute, I was like, in my heart, in my life, I was like, I would do anything for this little boy. Parang I've never loved something or someone so much, and I just met Sevi, diba? Parang, so that's the new kind of first love that Tony and I are kind of experiencing now, and I bring that passion, that new kind of love to the films I'm doing now. And with First Love, ganun din, it was just for me full of love and full of passion, because the movie also had its share of just many challenges. It was a very challenging film. I've said this in some previous interviews that it was very mentally challenging for me. Maybe not as physical, but it was mentally challenging just because of just the story, how intricate it was, the characters. How do you put this all together so that everyone can experience something different in cinemas? So with the reaction on the first day, that's why I'm very grateful and I'm very thankful that from the tweets, from the posts on Facebook and Instagram, they're tagging me, and that I'm reading all these experiences. So galing, I'm really, really proud of the movie. I stand by it, and no matter what, this is a film I'll never forget.
Thank you, Direk. And for Edward, what is your takeaway on this movie since you haven't feel yet or experienced first love? How are you going to apply it on your personal life?
Yeah, that's a hard question to answer. I mean, I guess one of the things I should take away from it, and I think people my age should take away from it, is that you have to be brave sometimes. You have to really be willing to take that chance, because everyone's scared of, like, one of my favorite actors, Liam Neeson, he said, love everyone says love is painful, and he disagrees. He says, no, rejection is painful, being forgotten is painful, getting hurt, that's painful, but love is the only thing that makes it not hurt. It makes it worth going through all of that. And that's something that you have to, I guess. I mean, I'm just taking this from people. I'm 18, so I haven't experienced it at the level that these two have as well. But it's just you have to be brave, and that's that's a part of the movie that carpe diem, seize the day, YOLO, I guess, if you want. You have to learn to take a chance sometimes, and that's not just in love life. That's something that you have to take in life in general. If you want to achieve something, you really have to go for it. You can't have a 50%, 50% effort. You have to put in everything you have, because even if you achieve, but you only put in 50% effort, it's not going to be worth it. It's going to be parang bitin.
Yeah.
You don't want that. You don't want that. So when you achieve something, you want to have everything. So be brave. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you everyone and congrats.
Thank you. Edward, ilang taon ka na ulit?
18 po.
18. 18 ka pala, ang dami mo ng ganyang ano, no? Parang nung 18 ako, hindi ako ganyan. Diba? Ito naman, at I'm sure nung 18 ko, medyo marami lang itong sinasabi.